Okay, I've got a quick little demo for you today. We call this crowd control. And the idea behind this exercise is, or this example, is that you can actually remove elements that may be distracting or kind of in the way. So basically the reason why it's called crowd control, I'll show you a little demo here of these images. And so basically if you've ever tried to take a picture of something where there's a lot of people around, invariably somebody gets in the shot. So here's one image, here's another image, and you can see that there's people all over the place. And so what I did was I took a few shots with hoping that people were in different positions. And what I'm going to do is bring it into Photoshop and actually remove those people from the scene without having to do any masking, any retouching whatsoever. Okay, so the idea with this is I process these images in Lightroom. All the settings, exposure, and all that stuff were all the same for each image, so that doesn't shift. I had the camera on a tripod. As you can see, the main subject does not move, and so the only thing that changes are the people in the scene. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Photoshop, and I'm going to go under the File menu and click on Scripts. And it's kind of obscure. There's multiple ways to do this process, but here under Scripts, go to Statistics. Now we need to go find those files, so I'm going to go Browse, and let's see, I know where they're at. They are in my Demos and Crowd Control. So I'm going to select all those files here and click Open. Now you can see they're all in this dialog box here. A couple things you want to make sure are checked is attempt to automatically align source images. The reason why you want to do that is in case the tripod shifts a little bit or something moves a bit and they're not quite aligned up, perfectly aligned, this will attempt to really get them in position. The other thing you want to do is check the stack mode of median. You can play around with these other ones. They do all some kind of interesting things, but median is the one that will give you the result that we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is click OK, and Photoshop pretty much is going to work its magic. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a smart object and apply this median mode here and give you a hopefully a result that removes any people from the scene. The key is that you have to take enough images where there's not enough people in the scene, or there's not people in different positions. So it's still doing its thing. You can see that it's got the little scrolling dots here. So rendering stack, bam, look at that. So here we have a smart object and we have no people in the scene. I don't see anybody, and it did a really good job of removing those people from the scene. Now, if I waited all day and I could take, shots without cars in it, that would have been ideal. But for this image here, it's a good result. And there's no people in the scene. It looks like I was there by myself and maintained crowd control. So hopefully that was useful. I think this is going to be our shortest video ever. You're welcome. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So basically, to recap, you're going to go out, you're going to take multiple shots of the same scene with your camera on the tripod, same exposure settings for each image, same focus point for each shot. That way everything stays consistent. And then you're going to go ahead and go under File, Scripts, Statistics, and you're going to choose the images and the median stack mode. Okay, hopefully that was helpful, and good luck with crowd control.